for an additional 120,000 pesos, would you be willing to trade diesel power for a hybrid? Is that a deal or no deal? Hey guys, Jamil here from AutoIndustriya.com, and yes, we have another Kia Carnival, but this time it is the 1.6-liter turbo hybrid that we are checking out. So it's not going to be more of a comprehensive review. We're just going to take a look at what sets the hybrid apart from the diesel variants of the Carnival. Now, before anything else, please make sure to like and subscribe on our YouTube channel so you can follow us here at AutoIndustriya.com. Now, Kia has been aggressively pushing to offer traditional ICEs, turbo hybrids, and full EVs in the Philippine market. And yes, they are now offering the Kia Carnival in both the diesel and this particular hybrid. Now, the key difference between this and the hybrid lies in a few exterior changes. Like this, for example, you now have a 4-cube LED headlight right over here compared to the multi-reflector LEDs you can find in the diesel variant. Now, as you can see, the color of the wheels are also different. Instead of the two-tone black and chrome, you have a darker shade right over here, but with the same design. They say on paper that the hybrid does have a higher ground clearance than the diesel variant. The diesel variant has 162, this has 172 millimeters. But in terms of braking power, this also has four-wheel disc brakes on all four corners. Now the back end, very similar also, but you do get the HEV badge to distinguish that this is the hybrid version. It looks the same, and the good thing about the Carnival HEV is that you don't lose out when it comes to the space that Kia Carnivals have been known for over the years. Now let's pop open this trunk, and you will see that you will get exactly the same amount of cargo space with the diesel variant. So it also has these compartments right over here, you have your jacks right over here, and it has the easy fold functions for the third row. So in this particular configuration, you basically have a 4-seater Carnival with that amount of space. We'll just flash the exact dimensions somewhere here or somewhere there. Now, the main difference between this and the diesel variant is of course found on the hood. Let's check it out. Under the hood of the diesel Carnival is a 2.2-liter 4-cylinder with an 8-speed automatic. This one right here has a 1.6-liter turbo gasoline engine paired to an electric motor to form the SmartStream hybrid system. Now, if that sounds familiar, this engine is also powering the Kia Sorento as well as the Hyundai Santa Fe and the Hyundai Tucson in its sister brand. Now, this produces 245 PS and 367 Newton meters of torque. So it's making a bit more horsepower but less torque than the diesel variant. And in terms of the transmission, this one has a 6-speed automatic. Now, as you can see, the engine bay right over here has these sort of conduits that are forming the high voltage wiring for the hybrid system. And sooner than later, we're gonna find out if that extra torque would be needed to move the Kia Carnival. But first, let's check out the changes that Kia has made to the interior of the Carnival hybrid. Let's begin things by highlighting some of the changes that Kia has made to distinguish the hybrid version of the Carnival compared to the diesel. First of all, you can see the interior color is different. I mean, the diesel variant of the Carnival mostly has black and gray. This one is more navy blue paired with the gray on the upper part of the interior. Now, what else is new here? We have the shifter. It used to be a T-bar shifter for the diesel variant, but now we have a rotary style knob and you have the park button right in the middle. But much like the diesel Carnival, you have an electronic parking brake right over here. Then you do have the seating functions, the illumination, and even the ventilation functions for the seats right over here. Now, what else is new for the Carnival hybrid? You have a heads-up display right over here that displays whenever you turn on the ADAS functions. By the way, this has a long list of ADAS functions, which we'll just list on this part, or rather this part. Anyway, For the dashboard itself, we also have, instead of a temperature gauge, you also get a power bar that shows how much charge you have left on the hybrid's batteries. What else do we have? Here at the screen right here, it also shows how the hybrid system works. Right now we're in idle mode, so we're using more of battery power to keep the AC turned on, as well as the other auxiliary functions of the interior. Much like the diesel Carnival, we have wireless Apple CarPlay, so no wires. And we also get wireless charging right here, Type-C, USB charging ports. We have a tri-zone climate control right here with the knobs for adjusting the temperature. And you also get this rather clever function. You have a driver-only function. So whenever you're driving solo with the Carnival, it kind of concentrates the AC system just on this driver's side, so you get to conserve more fuel and maximize the hybrid. Now right over here we have a photochromic mirror for your rear view, but you can switch it over to a video screen, so you have a live view of what's happening at the back of the Carnival. Now you also have two sunroofs right over there, much like the diesel version. So that pretty much does it for the changes here in the Carnival Hybrid. It's time to relax. Let's check out the second row of the Carnival Hybrid. This part right here is the very reason why you buy a Kia Carnival in the first place. Well, executives, professionals, and even the elderly will appreciate these captain's chairs that have relaxation seats. They are electronically controlled, so you can recline, you can tilt these cushions right over here, and you even have a leg support, so you can relax after a very tiring day. There we go. But apart from this, it also has heating and ventilation functions. So if ever it's a hot day, right, like right now, you can turn it on so you can cool the cabin down much faster. The AC controls are right over here, and you have automatic sliding doors on both sides. If you want your privacy, then you can also roll up these curtains right over here. But those are also the things that you get with the Carnival diesel. The main difference between the diesel and the hybrid is much more felt behind the wheel. So let's head back to the driver's seat and let's see how the Carnival hybrid performs. Regardless if you're the big boss seated at the second row or the designated driver behind the wheel, you'll always have a pleasant experience with the Carnival whenever you're out on the road. I mean, the combination of the long wheelbase, it's low, it's wide, and the four-wheel independent suspension, the Carnival really delivers a smooth ride regardless if there are any road imperfections, potholes, and the many bumps that we have on our local roads. You know, the level of comfort is just superb, and despite its size, it's actually easy to drive around town. You have a very good commanding view of the road with the large windshield. It's actually even an acoustic panel here, so road noise and outside noise is very much suppressed when you're inside. So it makes you feel like you're cocooned in comfort whenever you're inside the Carnival. Those are very, very similar things that you would experience in the diesel variant of the Carnival. But with this hybrid system, it just levels up the efficiency and it drives a bit differently actually. You know, some hybrids in the market offer an EV-like driving experience, like the Kicks e-Power, for example, and I think the CR-V e-HEV. Because they're hybrid systems, they work in a manner that the engine itself is not directly powering the drive wheels. But this one is different. The Carnival Hybrid's powertrain is connected to a 6-speed automatic transmission. It's directly connected to the front wheels. So it feels more like a traditional ICE. But whenever you come into a stop or go into low speeds, then that's where the electric motor kicks in. Now in terms of driving feel, well, this feels a bit more connected because you have the physical shifting of the automatic transmission. and you have those torque cuts whenever you roll through the gears. But most of the time I have experienced that whenever you load the Carnival hybrid with passengers, it tends to rely more on the ICE rather than the electric motor. And that kind of hurts your fuel efficiency. You know, as I'm driving around here in Quezon City, I've only been averaging around 12 kilometers per liter in the city. So that's pretty much ICE level still. Not the particular full hybrid efficiency that you would experience, like for example the Toyotas or the Hondas that do very, very well when it comes to city driving efficiency. But on the highways, that's where the hybrid system of the Carnival really, really shines over the diesel, because it returns over 24-25 kilometers per liter. You know, you have to be very, very light on the throttle to stay on EV mode. And you actually do that whenever you are in low speeds like right now. But the moment you step on the throttle, the 1.6 liter turbo kicks in immediately to provide the power that you need. So I do feel like the hybrid system in here takes a bit more effort to power the car rather than when it's being fitted, you know, let's say for example, the Hyundai Tucson. That's a much lighter crossover than this minivan. Another thing that I've noticed, the Drive Sense ADAS functions of the Carnival hybrid. Number one, it's safe, or perhaps a little too safe. Because every time you're gonna have your turn signals and there's someone behind you, the blind spot monitoring would always beep an alarm. And whenever you're backing up, I have the same issues with Vince when he drove the diesel, where the rear cross traffic braking kicks in just a bit. You know, it's a bit more intrusive whenever you're maneuvering this large vehicle. So I think the ADAS system would work in other countries, but with the way drivers behave on our roads, the ADAS system of the Carnival hybrid would feel a bit more intrusive and a bit less natural whenever you're driving around here. So most of the time I end up turning off most of the assist just so I could drive more naturally on the road. I'm always on the lookout anyway for possible traffic hazards. So yeah, I think that's what Kia could work on with the Carnival HEV. And that's about it with the driving impressions that I have for the Kia Carnival hybrid. Let's go back to the warehouse so we can wrap this thing up. The Kia Carnival Turbo Hybrid retails for 3,488,000 pesos. Now compared to the top of the line 2.2-liter diesel, that's a 120,000 peso difference. Now you get a bit more features inside, and of course it delivers better fuel efficiency because of the hybrid system, but at the expense of a little bit of pulling power that's also vital when it comes to minivans like this. But at the end of the day, it's more of a personal preference. Do you want the efficiency of a hybrid, or do you want more power out of a diesel? Well, it's up to you guys to decide. Let us know in the comment section down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. This is Jamil of AutoIndustriya.com. Thank you for watching.